Hey, what's up guys? Today we're going to be motorizing my Hobie Lynx with Bixpy's K-1 motor. And we're going to use their new Hobie Lynx Gudgeon bracket with the Versa rudder and also pole steering. So one of the first things we're going to have to do is put the K-1 onto the Versa rudder. So let's go ahead and get to it. So everything you're going to need to do the install comes with the kits. Again, I have the Versa rudder here, the new Hobie Lynx Gudgeon brackets. This is pretty awesome. Wait till you see that. And then also have their stick steering. So we're going to be using stick steering to steer the motor. So to install the K-1, there is a plastic piece that is on the top here. I already took it off, but all you do is just pull it right off. So you have to make sure you remove that before you do the install. So you can see the little slot that's right here. The rudder is going to just slide right in like this, and then you have the 4 holes that are on the rudder, so you're just going to match those up with the 4 holes that are on the motor itself. So I'm going to take you guys in closer so you can get a better look at it. All right, so here's a closer look at the rudder itself. You can see the 4 holes that are right here, and then on the K-1 itself, you can see it also has 4 holes on where it's going to mount in, and then there's the slot. So the rudder, you can see, has this little piece that sticks on the back. So that is the back. And then you see it kind of lines up with the motor. So you're going to install it in with it oriented this way. So you're just going to slip the rudder right into this little slot. So we're going to line up the holes. And then we're going to take the screws and nuts that the Bixpy comes with and fasten it down with that. So the longer screws go in the front and then the shorter screws go on the back. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. So it's a little bit easier to put everything in if you have it vertical like this. So I've got that screw in. We're going to put this nut on. It's like an acorn type nut. And we're going to tighten it down with a screwdriver and do the rest of them. All right, so I've got the K-1 mounted to the Versa rudder, so let's go ahead and get to the rest of the installation. All right, so here is the new Hobie Lynx Gudgeon adapter. This thing is pretty awesome. It makes it so easy to motorize the Lynx. So the way it works is you can see this little metal piece right here. This actually slides into where the rudder goes on the Lynx. So it's very, very easy to install. All you have to do is slide it in just like your rudder, pull up the red pin, and you're good to go. All right guys, so here's a closer look at how to install the Gudgeon. You can see this is the rudder mount here. Here's a little red pin you got to pull, but this little slit is where you insert this little plate area here. So it just goes in like so. And then all you got to do, you can see this little tag right there. You got to pull the red pin just so it goes down and your Gudgeon's installed. So the next thing we're going to need to do is route the cable on the rudder. So you can see there's 2 holes right here. We're going to take the cable and put it right against the rudder, and then take 2 zip ties and zip tie them right to the rudder. And then to put the cable through this piece, we're going to have to loosen up the 2 bolts that are right here. And it comes with the Allen key that you need to loosen up the bolts. So let me go ahead and do that real quick. All right, so I've got the bolts loosened. So now I can take this plastic piece and kind of open it and then feed the cable through it. So let me do that real quick. There you go. So here I've got the zip tie. We're gonna zip tie the cable to the rudder. So once you've cut the tails off of the zip ties, you can take where the zip ties were cut and then just kind of push them into the little holes there, so that makes it a little bit more flush. And then we already got it routed through here, so we're good to go. So let's get to the next step. So there's actually one more place where you have to zip tie, which is on the top of the rudder right here. So I forgot to point that out. So the next part we're gonna have to figure out is how we want the stick steering to be. So I'm gonna have mine on the left side because I'm right-handed. So I'll be crabbing with this, so I'll have my net on the right hand. So I wanna be able to steer with my left. So we have this piece right here, and this is what actually goes into the Gudgeon right here. And then we have the steering arm, and that's gonna go right here. So I'm gonna have it oriented on the left side. So to install the steering arm right here, you can see we have this hole right here, and then on the bottom of this little mounting piece, there's this screw right there. We're gonna take that off. So we're gonna take this screw off. There is a nut on the top here as well, so make sure you're aware of that so you don't accidentally lose it if it comes out. So we're gonna take this out. So it does come with the Allen wrench to tighten this screw down. So I'm gonna tighten this up. All right, so now we have to install this piece onto the steering bar. So this is the piece where your pole is going to screw into. So we're gonna have it right here. You can see there's a hole right here. And then this is gonna screw right down onto it. So we're gonna screw it in from the top right here. All right, so now we have that piece installed. So now we're gonna put this onto the Gudgeon right here. So on the shaft, you can see there's a little plastic washer here. So we gotta make sure we keep that up because that's gonna go on the top of the Gudgeon here. So there's a little pin. So just flip that ring out, pull out the pin. Then this slides right onto the Gudgeon. And then we just take the pin and put it through, keep it secured on there. And then there you go. So you've got that on. So now the next part is we're gonna need to put the rudder right here. We're gonna put the rudder onto this piece right here. So you can see right here, there's a hole, and then that's going to match up with the hole here on the rudder. You can see it right there. And you can see there's a little slit right here. I think you can see that little slit. So this is gonna slide right through, and then we're gonna match it up to the hole and then feed the pin through it. So I'm just gonna slip this through the little slit. You can see the slit there. It's gonna slide right in. And then just match up the hole. Then I've got this pin right here. We're gonna just slide the pin right through. All right, so I've got that pin through there. So next thing we're gonna install is the pull line for the rudder so you can pull it up. And you can see there's a little carabiner right here. So we're just gonna tie it right on. All right, so you've got that tied on. It does come with a little clamp or clip or whatever you want to call it so that you can keep it stowed up in the front. I'm gonna have an H-rail eventually on here, so I'm not even gonna install this right now. So I'll attach it a different way. But let me show you how this works. All right, so we've got the pull line installed. So to stow your Bixpy, all you gotta do is just pull the line, and then you're gonna cleat it off somewhere in the front, and then to deploy it, just let go, it's gonna slide down. That's pretty slick. So the only thing left I gotta do is install my pole onto the pole steering mount. So all I gotta do is take the threads here on my pole that I have right here. Just gonna thread it on, and now we're ready to go. So now with the pole steering installed, you can see how easy it is to maneuver the rudder. You can go almost 180 degrees. So to remove everything, which makes this a really great solution, is you just gotta take off your pole steering. All right, so to remove your motor and everything, all you have to do is just take that same red pin, pull it out. Lift up, everything comes right out, and you can store this safely in your truck, car, or wherever. And if you're gonna put it back on, it's just the reverse. It's really simple. There you go. This is a really nice solution, makes it a lot easier to install the K-1 onto your Hobie Lynx. All right guys, so that was a look at Bixpy's new Hobie Lynx Gudgeon with the Versa rudder and the pole steering. So this is a great solution to motorize your Hobie Lynx. It makes it easy to install and remove. And then also you have the ability to still use your rudder and then also have your motor. So if you guys are interested in the setup, I'll have a link to everything in the description below, so make sure you guys check that out. So if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. And if you're not a subscriber, make sure you subscribe for future videos. Well, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.